Welcome to New Realities. I'm Alan Steinfeld, and I have a very special guest today. He is the one, the only, the out there, the in there, Swami Beyondananda. Welcome, Swami.
Well, it's great to be here, wherever that is,
Whether
and
you're
it's great
here
to be in the now. And I imagine that this is going to be seen in the later now.
in the now, or what we call in the now then, it'll be seen then, which will
That's
be
right.
that
So this
now.
is called "Be There Then."
Was there yesterday. Okay, but I also before we do too much shtick, as they say here in New York, I want to tell people that you will actually be in New York because you're usually on some cloud nine flying around, as your advertisement shows. Oh, that's a flying car. But anyway, you'll be here Friday, October 4th, 7 p.m. at 123 4th Avenue. If people can count, that's easy to remember. 123 4th Avenue. You get tickets at the door, or you can go to, I think, a betterworld.tv for tickets. My friend Mitchell J. Rabin is putting that together for the Swami, October 4th, 2019. Let's get into the meat, hard depth of what's happening with the Swami. What's your take on the political campaign?
Well, I will tell you this: we have a deeply divided body politic in this country. Half the people believe the system is broken; the other half believe that it is fixed.
Right.
And what we need to do right now is to rise above. We call it a great upwising. In the old days, when people were not satisfied, there was a revolutionary uprising to overthrow. Well, now we need an evolutionary upwising to overgrow the system, which
Ah,
is which needs overgrowing, because right now we have what is called a new word, a situation.
I heard about that. Yes, we certainly do.
Yes. And so part of this great awakening is to recognize that we need to gather around the virtues and values that 90% of us believe in, rather than being divided into these two political tribes, the red tribe Republicans, blue tribe Democrats. We need to bring left and right front and center to face the music and dance together, red tribe and blue tribe together,
Makes purple,
talk
doesn't it?
and
Yeah.
sit in circle, that's right, and talk until they're purple in the face.
That is exactly what we need. I heard you had some good advice for lobbying, political lobbying. That,
One of the great advices for political lobbying is to leave the lobbyists in the lobby
mm,
and usher the American people into the corridors of power. Because before we have a new president, we need to have a new precedent, and that is government of, by, and for the people, where the government does our bidding, not the bidding of the highest bidder.
uh-huh.
So we are the leaders that we have been waiting for.
Mm.
You-
Yeah, and here you are. You're the leader you've been waiting for. You're leading yourself.
I am leading myself, but I'm also suggesting that people join this great uprising
Mm.
and recognize that we are all in this together. That the divide and conquer way has kept us from holding our government accountable. The only way to do that is for those of us who are not sociopaths, or as we call them, sociopathogens,
Okay.
to gather around the things that we believe in and to assert ourselves that way. One of the great ways to have that happen is to lighten ourselves up with laughter, right? Because the world's in a serious condition.
So we have to, like your night in New York show tells us we're going to do an evening on wake up laughing. What do you mean by waking up? What do you mean by
Well,
laughing? No, go.
well, waking up means we need to wake up to how we've been hoodwinked by a bunch of winking hoods
Mm,
into the illusion of separation, and we need to wise up to
mm.
the power of love, coherence, and connection so that we can act together to create a movement of movements where we gather all good intentions under one big intent, thrival for all.
I need a good movement. Thanks for bringing that up.
We promise to give you a good laxative if you come to the show to restore regular hilarity and prevent hemorrhoids as well.
Great. What is a humoroid? That's people who just get.
Well, no, hemorrhoids is a very serious condition. It is an enlargement of the onus where you feel so much responsibility that the only thing you're ever able to pass is heavy judgments.
Wow. How do you release heavy judgments?
Well, you release heavy judgments by releasing the grip of gravity
Mm.
through levity. Gravity is a downer, levity lifts us up.
So do you
All
have.
those people, the people out there, they're saying, I want to uplift the world, but they look like this.
Right.
So we need to begin by uplifting the corners of our mouth, and we will attract more people that way. The levitational pull.
Yeah, I heard it takes less muscles to smile than it is to frown. So we will have a whole new face on the body politics. Any words of wisdom, though, about just this transitional time that we're in, just for people to, how do they go deeper into themselves?
Well, first of all, we have to recognize that our current president is America's balloon karma payment, and we need to actually acknowledge his role, um, and we have to recognize that behind every soulless heel,
Every
there is
soulless heel.
behind every soulless heel there is an unhealed soul.
Mm, good
So it
one.
is up to the light workers not just to heal souls, but to re-soul heals. And
Mm.
I have a new program for doing that. It is called From A-Hole to B-Hole.
What's the beehole?
The B-Hole is when you behold that we are all one with the same one, and there is no disconnection, and that
Ah,
each of us is totally unique, just like everybody else.
wow. So you're going to be doing 2 hours of this, what they say in New York, shtick. I mean,
Well,
in a
there's
good
going to
way.
be a little bit of shtick, and then the second part of the program will be a dialogue with my slightly more serious alter ego, Steve Behrman,
Oh,
and Mitchell Rabin, and we're going to be talking about a better world and the great uprising and how we can move forward this movement of movements and move the dial, not just in this upcoming election, but in the future of our planet. Because we need to begin to pay attention to the natural world.
mm,
Because if we lose the earth, there goes the GDP.
exactly. There goes a lot of things. There goes my baseball card collection. You know?
Exactly. Will not be worth very much.
No, so we have to save the earth for the little things and the big things, of course.
Yes.
Like humans and animals and plants and trees. So, well, how do you suggest we save the earth?
Well, I think we don't need to save it. We just need to spend it more wisely.
Mm,
And if we look at how we've been spending our money, our energy, our attention, our resources, much of that has been going to fight one another. And if we come to recognize that the next level of human evolution is seeing we are all individual cells in a larger organism called humanity, or as I prefer calling it, humankind, because human kindness is the currency of this new organism. If we recognize we're all cells in the same body, then we can see that so much of our behavior is really autoimmune dysfunction. And
exactly.
so instead of the tug of war that we have pulling ourselves apart, we need to create a tug of peace where we all pull together in the same direction to create a world that benefits each and all.
If we're
Now,
all pulling
you might,
together in the same direction, who's pulling on the other side?
well, there is nobody pulling. We are all pulling together toward a future where everybody thrives.
Mm.
There is no opposition. We're all going in the same direction. We're not wasting our attention fighting the opposition. We're not on the battlefield, we're on a different playing field.
We're on a whole different plane altogether, aren't we?
Yes, a higher plane and actually a more constructive plane. Now people say, well, this sounds very utopian.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were to look at the 50 trillion cell community under our skin, 50 trillion cellular citizens,
Mm-hmm.
they all get along. We have universal health care, full employment, no cell left behind,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
The organs cooperate with each other. You never hear about the liver invading the pancreas,
No.
demanding the islets of Langerhans. It doesn't happen. So if we were that smart, we would see that we're really all cells in the same body. Hmm?
Mm. Think
That's our code. That's our teacher, is our own body. And it doesn't call it utopian, it calls it health.
Mm. Actually, you sound a lot like our good friend Bruce Lipton when you talked about. I know Steve has written a book with Bruce, and
That's
and that must have wore off on you. I mean, the association in
Oh,
your.
absolutely. Well, the whole point of the book is that we are this new organism and that we are in an evolutionary process, not unlike the caterpillar becoming the butterfly.
So
And inside the chrysalis, there's a lot of chaos. And right now, we can see a lot of caterpillar parts falling all around us.
so
As
we're not eating green leaves anymore. We're in the chrysalis. Our body's dissolving.
That's right. That's right. And what happened, did you know that the caterpillar, in terms of eating green leaves, actually devours 26,000 times its own weight
Well,
in the course of its lifetime?
that's the
And so
problem with the earth. That's why we're having a problem here. We're eating.
we're actually transitioning from the consumer society where we consume to the cooperator society where we create things together and we restore the planet rather than exploit the planet.
But we have to melt. Every cell in the caterpillar's body melts, doesn't it? Melts down.
It does, but there are these new cells called imaginal cells that are popping up.
Imagine
And
that.
I would suspect that many of the imaginal cells are tuning into programs like this. And they are the kinds of people who are going to be showing up this Friday at 123 4th Avenue in Manhattan.
Yes, to see the Swami himself, Swami Beyondananda, the king of kami, the guru of laughter. The You've been doing this a while, haven't you, Swami?
We are just about to celebrate our vinyl anniversary, 33 and a third years. So I guess that proves I'm long playing.
Right, that's quite a long playing record because there's definitely something funny going on here. Is your kind of tagline? Okay, and you have websites and things that you got.
WakeUpLaughing.com. That is my website. My radio show is called Wiki, Wiki, Politiki, Politiki. Lots of interviews with solutionaries and evolutionaries.
Just one more question. When did you wake up laughing? When did you
When did
realize?
I wake? When did I wake up laughing? Well, it's a long, long story, but I will shorten it to say I got struck by enlightening during a brainstorm.
And that was about 33 years ago, right?
I was just about that time where I recognized that I woke up one morning with a funny feeling and it just never went away.
It was better than a funny taste in your mouth, though. It was a funny
That
feeling.
much, it was a funny feeling. It was a funny feeling.
The funny feeling has stayed with you, and you've made a career out of it.
Yes, because I love to see people laugh. I love to watch other people laughing and recognizing that my one of my missions on the planet is to help raise the laugh force in serious times and to heal the hole in the boson layer, which is the planetary clown chakra.
Great. I know you have some great material. I don't want you to exhaust your material right here in this interview.
Listen, as long as you're in the material world, there's going to be plenty of material. No worries.
That's a good one. That's good. That one, yeah, excellent. Swami, I appreciate everything you're doing for the planet, the levity, the upliftment, the hard work, and people making people laugh. And I want people to come out. If you're in New York City, Friday, October 4th, 7 p.m., be there. If you can count 123 4th Avenue. Between 12th and 13th Street. Go to a betterworld.tv for tickets or just buy them at the door. That's always easy, right? You carry cash, don't you, Swami?
Well, actually, the Swami doesn't handle money himself. But the people around me will actually handle the money. So that's what happens. Okay. And yes, you can buy tickets in advance, and this is going to sell out. So be there. Be there early. Come laugh with us or laugh at us. We don't care. Okay?
Okay. I appreciate your time because I know you have a lot of people to heal and laugh with. And peace to you and all that
Namaste.
you're doing.
Namaste and namaste. Goodbye.
It's like a spacecraft landed in my backyard with Alan on a camel and my man Bashar. 10 rabbis, a physicist, guru, and a genius.
We talked about UFOs and you have friends. You have friends and UFOs. Which one are you? Are you a UFO or are you a friend?
Reality's boring, we're starting a new one. Hearts popped open, Dalai Lama, rock your soul with my tantric chakras. Now say Om with Deepak Chopra. JJ Hurtak, keys of Enoch. Open up doors, teleport to Montauk. Till there's a tantric holy glow. Jody Sorota's a UFO. From Sedona to DC. Washington disclose ETs. David Icke is like Adam and Eve. Meet me down a caravan of dreams for Alan Steinfeld's new realities with cheese. What?